Hello everyone, welcome to Wi-Fi Learn. In this video, we can see some mesh current problems. I have already done 2 videos regarding mesh current problems. You can see that also. I'll put link in the description box below or in the iCard. Please check it out. Okay, let's move on to the problem. Say in this problem, write the mesh current matrix equation for the network by inspection and solve for the currents. So, this is a 3 mesh network which can be solved by using the matrices and determinants. First of all, we can form the matrix and let's solve the equation. So, this is a 3 mesh, so we will get a matrix of 3 cross 3 matrix. So, the KVL equations of matrix for these 3 meshes are formed. First element is the resistance where the I1 current is flowing in the first mesh. So, the number of resistance where the I1 current is flowing are 2. So, 2 plus 5 is 7. The resistance which is common to first mesh and second mesh is 5. So, we will get as 5. Okay. Check out the sign whether it is positive or negative. This here I1 current is flowing from top to bottom, right? It produces a drop of plus minus. But I2 is flowing from bottom to top, which is a potential rise. So, it is opposite. So, the current flowing through this 5 ohms is difference between the I1 and I2. So, it is minus 5. And the resistance which is common to first mesh and third mesh is nothing. So, it is 0. As I already said, the resistance matrix is a symmetric matrix. So, the symmetricity follows minus 5 and 0. Element is the current I2 flows through the resistance of 5, 10 and 4. 10 plus 4, 14, 14 plus 5, 19. Next is the resistance common to second and the third meshes, that is 4. Check out the current direction, both are in opposite direction. It flows from top to bottom, it flows from bottom to top. So, minus 4. Resistance matrix is a symmetric matrix, so write it. And last is a self-resistance of the third mesh. 4 plus 2 is 6. So, the KVL matrix can be found by I1, I2, I3. KVL matrix equation can be written by I1, I2, I3, which is equal to voltages. Voltage across the first mesh. See, in the first mesh, any voltage source is there. S is there, is 25. Check whether this voltage source is driving this mesh current. The current is flowing from positive to negative. It is not driving. This voltage source is not driving this current. So, the voltage source is minus 25. If the current is leaving the positive terminal, then it is driving this mesh current. So, we can write positive 25, but here it is not driving this mesh current. So, it is minus 25. Whereas, in the case of I2, the current is leaving the positive terminal. See, leaving the positive terminal. So, this source drives the current I2. So, 25, positive 25. This voltage source driving the I2, but it is not driving I1. Okay. In the case of I3, the current is flowing in negative and leaves the positive terminal, right? So, this voltage source drives the current I3. So, the source is positive. Here it is acting as a source, here it is also acting as a source, whereas in the case of this mesh, this source is not acting as a source, it is acting like a load or a sink. So, it is negative. Now, the matrix has been formed according to the KVL equations by using Ohm's law, right? So, this matrix can be solved by using matrices and determinants, by using a Cramer's rule, so that we can find the value of I1, I2 and I3. First, we can find the value of I1. Del can be found by expanding this resistance matrix, symmetric resistance matrix. 7, minus 5, 0, minus 5, 19, minus 4, 0, minus 4, 6. 7, eliminating that row and that column, we will get 19 into 6, minus of, minus into minus plus, minus 16, minus of minus, so plus 5. We will get the value as minus 30 and last element would be 0. So, while doing mathematical calculation, we will get the value of del as by 36. Now, del 1 can be found by removing the first column and replacing that column with this voltage source. So, minus 25 of 19 into 6, minus of minus plus 16, minus 16, minus of plus 5, we will get 100 minus 100 minus 950. On doing this calculation, we will get the del 1 value as 700. I1 could be found by del 1 divided by del value. Your del value is 536. So 700 divided by 536, your I1 value is, this is a higher number. Well, subtracting with this, we will get a value of minus 700. So I1 value is minus 700 divided by 536. We will get the value of I1 as minus 1.311 ampere. I2 could be found by del 2 divided by del. Del 2 is formed by removing the second column of the symmetrical resistance matrix and replacing that with the voltage source. So 7 minus 5, 0, minus 25, 50, 0 minus 4 and 6 divided by your del value. Del value is 536, which we already found out. So by expanding that, we will get 7 into 150 minus 200 minus of minus plus 25, 250 to 0 will divided by 536. Your I2 value is 3.17 ampere. 3 could be found by del 3 divided by del. Your del value is 536. Your del 3 is formed by resistance symmetric matrix third column, replacing that with the voltage source. So 7 minus 5, 0, minus 5, 19 minus 4, minus 25, 25 and 50. So if you expand this by normal Laplace equation of determinant, you will get the value as 5600 divided by 536, which is equal to 10.45 ampere. This you can check the value of the current I1 or I2 or I3 by writing the KVL equation of the first mesh and check it out. If you write the KVL equation of the first mesh, write the KVL equation, the current enters here, right? So I1 current flows to 2 and 5, so 7 I1. Here it is a potential fall. So due to the current I2, it produces a potential rise. So minus 5 I2. The current flows from into the positive terminal and leaves the negative terminal, right? I1 current. So it is a potential fall. It produces minus 25. Substitute the current value of the current I1 and I2, will get the value as 25. So I1 is 7 into minus 1.311 minus 5 into the value of I2 is I2, which we have found as 3.17 equal to minus 25. If you do this calculations, minus 25 to minus 25. So the answer can be checked by using the KVL equation of the separate meshes. You write the KVL equation of second and third mesh also, substitute those current values in that equation also, your value would be same. Okay, let's move on to the second problem. Find the voltage VAB in the network shown in the figure. Here it is a network which has two meshes. These two meshes are connected by a single branch. They are asking the voltage across AB. Here it is A, here B. So here this mesh is closed, the current will be flowing in this direction only, and here in this loop also closed, the current will be flowing in this direction only. Okay. The voltage VAB can be found by it's very easy. Two closed loops are independent. This loop is independent, this loop also independent. So there is no current can pass through the connecting this branch. The current will be flowing in this direction, and here the current will be flowing in this direction. Those two loops are separate loops. So the I1 current can be found. I1 is a current flowing in the first mesh. I1 is a current which is flowing in the first mesh. I2 is a current which is flowing in the second mesh. Here I1 is already shown that as a current source, 2 ampere current is flowing in this loop. I2 is the current which is flowing through this loop. I1 is equal to 2 ampere as given in the figure. I2 can be found by normal Ohm's law, voltage divided by resistance present in the circuit. Here the voltage is 30 and the resistance present here is 6, and this value of resistance is 4, I missed it, 4 ohm. So 30 divided by 10, which is equal to 3 ampere. 3 ampere current is flowing in this direction. Why we are finding this? Because VAB is a voltage drop across this resistance plus voltage drop across this nodes X and Y, and the voltage drop across Y and B. By adding all these voltages, we will get the value of VAB. Right? We will get the value of VAB. So VAB is a voltage which can be found by summing up of Vax plus Vxy plus Vyb. So if you find the voltage across this Vax, the voltage across Vax, current is flowing in this direction, but you are finding the voltage in opposite direction, right? You are finding the voltage in opposite direction. So you have to write voltage as, here the potential drop is in positive and negative, but you are finding in this direction. So minus of I1 into 5 ohms, minus of I1 into 5 ohms. This loop is connected to this branch, this nodes. So Vxy is 5 volt, right? Vxy is 5 volt. There is no current is flowing through this, right? These loops are independent, so there is no current flowing through this. So the voltage across Vxy is 5 volt. So 5 volt plus Vyb. Vyb is a drop which occurs in 4 ohms resistor. Here you are finding the voltage drop in this direction only, and the current flowing, already the voltage drop present in the resistance here is plus minus in this direction, potential fall, I2 into 4, positive of I2 into 4 ohms. Here I have missed one thing, here 5 volt there is a potential rise. I have mentioned this minus to positive as a negative value. So here is also the 5 volt is a potential rise. So mention that as negative value, minus 5 volt. Got it? See, I will repeat once again. Vab is a voltage across Vax, Vxy and Vyb. So Vax is a voltage across this Vab, which is a potential rise. So I have mentioned that as minus of I1 into 5. And Vxy is 5 volt, which is a potential rise, minus to positive. So I have represented that as minus value. Whereas in the case of 4 ohms, it is a potential drop from a positive value to the negative value. So positive of I2 into 4. You represent either a potential rise in positive or potential fall in positive. Okay? Represent anything, potential rise as positive or potential fall as positive. I1 is equal to 2 ampere. So Vab is equal to minus 2 into 5 minus 5 volt plus I2 is the current of 3 into 4. So Vab is equal to minus 10 minus 5 plus 12. You will get the value of Vab as minus 3 volt. The voltage across Vab is equal to minus 3 volt, where it is a potential fall. The Vab is negative. I hope you understood the concept of this problem. It is very easy. If you have any doubt, please leave it in the comment section. And if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to Wi-Fi Learn. Thanks for watching the video.